Hotline Miami is a video game franchise that has consumed a good amount of my life, but as much as I love it, it's over. Miami got nuked at the end of the second game and well, there won't be a Hotline Miami 3. And no, that little teaser on the end doesn't mean anything. Shut up. I don't know about you, but I don't like it when things end. Like watching my relationship fall apart over time and smell the breakup coming. Or seeing my friends go different directions in life and know the good old days are gone. And also my edging streak. So I went out of my way to find something that feeds my Hotline Miami addiction. Hey Siri. How do I cure my Hotline Miami addiction?
Go get some bitches, bro. Damn, you smell like trash.
Gentlemen, I believe I have finally found a worthy successor to the Hotline Miami franchise. OTXO, a name which I mispronounced for months, is a very small indie game developed by Lateralis Heavy Industries, a studio consisting of one man, Nathan Haddock. OTXO is a fast-paced roguelike top-down shooter with absolutely kick-ass music which will glue you to your seat. The game is told through a lens of black and white, like Sin City. Only in those movies, the black and white filter was to help the user identify with that of the comic books. In OTXO, I guess it's because it looks cool. This is you, the average man. Your life consists of a boring routine. The only good side of it is that at least you have a lover. Not anymore, because one day while sitting in metro, some random dude throws you a mask and for some reason, your dumbass puts it on your head.
You screwed up.
You wake up on an island wearing a suit with the mask attached to your face. You look around and find a sailor who also washed up on the shore, trying to fix his boat to leave. You find a huge mansion, the only building on this island. Next to the front door, you meet Jeffrey Nah, I'm just kidding. You meet the groundskeeper. He's unfazed by your presence because you are not the first of what they call an OTXO. Many before you have picked the mask and found themselves washed up on the shore. The groundskeeper tells you the rules. 1. Don't try to take the easy way out, as you cannot really die while wearing the mask. You will always wake up on the beach again. And 2. You can only leave the island by defeating the heart of it and freeing your lover, which you can only do in one way.
Fighting.
Whoa, slow down. Let me tell you how this thing works. Because this isn't like Hotline Miami where you can just reset the stage. If you die here, your whole progress is gone. So take a seat and here's some Subway Surfers gameplay to keep your attention. Inside the mansion, you go through different chambers one after another. They're all randomized and get harder progressively. And trust me, when I say hard, I mean hard.
I like to get a bunch of men together. Men that are the hardest of the hard. And I want to be with these men.
To all those people that call Hotline Miami too hard, you wouldn't last 5 minutes in OTXO. The enemies are aggressive, bloodthirsty and very skilled. They barely miss a shot and will not give you a break. So if you go in thinking you got the main character plot armor, they will gun you down. This would make you play the game with a slower pace to be more precise, but you need to be fast to keep the combo flow going because the higher your combo is, the more coins you will earn. I'll tell tell you why these coins are important eventually. So you can't go fast, you can't go slow, what can you do? This is why the game gives you the focus ability. You can use it to slow down time for a very short period and catch the enemies off guard. It's funny how every game inspired by Hotline Miami seems to have a slow motion ability aside from Hotline Miami itself. I made this exact joke in the last video, by the way. I'm getting so old. Focus ability is basically your best friend in OTXO. You shouldn't be going around thinking, I'm too good for this game, I don't need no special ability, got me guns. No, you need it, so fucking use it. OTXO also introduces two more very useful mechanics that Hotline Miami didn't have. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to guess what they are. Okay, time's up. It's reloading and a useful roll dodge. Yeah, as simple as that. You can actually reload your guns here, and I thank God for it every day, because before playing OTXO, I had no idea how small a magazine is. Oh my god, I'm so bad. I'm so bad. I'm out of ammo! I'm out of ah! Man, fuck! You see, my mistake over there was that I didn't roll dodge, because you can actually roll your way out of a heated situation in OTXO, unlike Hotline Miami's roll dodge, which was even more worthless than Hustler's University. The coolest part about OTXO's level clearance is that it's kind of the reverse of Hotline Miami. Hotline Miami cuts the music at the end, then makes you walk back to your car for you to see all the blood you shed and reflect on the reason that why killing these people made you feel so good. But in OTXO, when the music cuts, you don't reflect on shit. You don't go back, you go forward into the next chamber. It's like you just can't wait to kill some more people. Okay, so after every fourth chamber, you get to a boss fight. The first one is always the inbred basilisk, a snake made of chains thingy, which is ridiculously easy for a game this hard. I swear you can just do nothing and still beat this guy. But the rest of the boss fights are really challenging, to the point that I almost always just barely make it. They're all incredibly simple, and there's one way to beating them, which is to, well, shoot them. But they're all still very well designed and propose a real challenge that needs practice to beat. While this was the basic premise of OTXO, there's a lot more you can do to make it more interesting. Aside from the groundskeeper, there are 4 other residents on the island, which unlike an OTXO, are tied to the island and can't leave. First, and my favorite, the bartender. Do you know what your real defense against those pesky bots is? You might think it's the guns, but no, it's alcoholism. The bartender will serve you a drink in exchange for coins. Each of them grants you a special ability. Just like real life, you know. My dad's drinks used to give him this ability called the belt. Most of the time, the drinks are really good, like the Roadhouse drink, which makes kicking the enemies a lot more effective.
Roadhouse.
But other times, it feels like the game is just messing with you. Like insurance policy, where you earn 50% more coins but have to pay for property damage. You think it'll be worth it, but you'll end up with a debt after each chamber. And yes, drink builds are a thing. You'd want to make useful combinations out of your drinks instead of getting a lot of random and unrelated ones. The importer. At the beginning, the amount of drinks the bartender has available are very limited, but you can invest some of your coins in the importer and she will bring new drinks to the bar. It's a cool mechanic that makes the player balance out how much they want to spend on the bar and how much on the importer. The only problem is, eventually the importer's drinks end and then she just does nothing forever. The nun. With her help, you can customize what weapons you want to be in the game. Don't like a gun? Just remove it from the game. It's a very cool modifier because you can go on runs based on specific guns, or just remove a gun because the AI's aimbot is tearing you to shreds with it. Okay, so for the last guy we got... What? You weren't here. You literally weren't here until now. Where'd you come from? Okay, so we also got this guy called the Modifier. He basically carries a suitcase full of challenges, like for example, Gun Game, which switches your guns after every kill, or Kit It Out, which amps up the enemies from the start. Complete these challenges and you unlock specific guns and drinks which you can't get any other way. You know, you're cool, but like not that cool to make that Batman appearance, okay? I'd say the Sailor is actually cooler than you. At least he lets me borrow his fishing rod. I have no idea how this works. The Collector. This interesting looking guy keeps your collection of collectibles and guns for you, which you can unlock by stepping into a misplaced chamber. By pure chance, you can often walk into a chamber that you were not supposed to. Inside these chambers, you find a bubblegum machine, which will give you one random new item, either a collectible figure or a weapon, in exchange for 250 coins. Aside from that, you can also find information about the game's lore, which is okay. I'm not gonna spoil any of it, but let's just say that you'd want to get in these chambers for the bubblegum machines, not the lore. Even though OTXO already has replay value because every level regenerates each time you start a run, these guys give the game even more replay value, since you'll be using different guns, drinking different beverages, importing different bottles, and collecting new figures each time. Conclusions? Well, at the end of the day, OTXO is a very small game made by a small guy with a small fan base. It's so small, in fact, that there's barely anything on the game. The subreddit has 0 active members, and the wiki has nothing in it aside from information about the drinks. I thought maybe we can give it a pulse together. You know what else we can give a pulse to? My channel, which is dead. So please like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, and leave me alone for now. I'm going to play me some OTXO.